Today, we're going to be talking about how to believe in yourself. I was running a Zoom call yesterday, and someone asked me a question. They, asked the question, hey, how do I believe in myself so that I can take action? And, I've been sitting here, I've been reading all of the books, I've been doing the affirmations, I've been trying to brainwash myself into believing myself. How do I really believe in myself so that I can finally take action? And I said, well, when you find that out, can you let me know? Because here's the deal. Who said that you have to believe in yourself in order to take action? Like, when did people decide that it was a prerequisite to taking action, that you had to believe in yourself before you took any action? It's never been a prerequisite. And in fact, a lot of times when you go and do something new, you won't believe in yourself. But not believing in yourself doesn't mean that you can't take action. The beautiful thing about taking action is that you don't have to believe in yourself in order to take action. And the other beautiful thing is that the more that you take action, the more you'll get results. The more that you start to get results, then you'll start to believe in yourself. It's like being a salesperson. I've trained over 2,000 sales reps, and you don't have to believe that somebody is going to buy from you. You just have to talk to enough people, your skill set will improve, and eventually somebody will buy. Now, I understand you have to have conviction. Having conviction will help you make more sales. You don't have to believe that anybody will buy, though. You just have to pick up the phone. You have to hit 10 numbers and talk. And then you have to pick up the phone and you have to hit 10 numbers and then you talk. None of that requires reading books, saying affirmations, making sure you do the meditations, brainwashing yourself into believing into yourself. Now, mind you, do I think that believing in yourself will help? Yeah, absolutely. Believing in yourself does make it easier. But is it required for you to take action? The answer is absolutely no. I'm not saying don't do affirmations. I love affirmations. I think they're incredible. I think that everybody should do them. I'm not saying don't speak positively to yourself. Believe me, it helps. I think that you should. I remember I was writing my book not too long ago, and I was in Sedona, and I started thinking to myself, shit, this is going to be a lot. This is going to be hard. This is going to be a lot. This is going to be hard. And I noticed myself in a story, and I said, no, this is going to be easy. This is going to be simple. This is going to be one of the best things I've ever done, and it's just going to flow out of me. And I started thinking that way, and it just became easy. So, I'm not saying that you shouldn't believe in yourself. I'm not saying don't believe in yourself. I'm not saying don't do affirmations. I'm not saying don't speak positively to yourself. All of those things help. What I'm saying is none of those things are required for you to get your ass up and take action towards the life that you want, right? That's the thing that you have to realize. I remember when I first started in sales and I was in my very first sales position, I remember having never done sales before and I didn't know if it was going to work. But all I knew is that we had these things that were the receipts. They were called pink slips. And we had thousands and thousands and thousands of pink slips. And I would sit inside of the closet, like this dark room. There was a closet that was in the back of the office. It was called the closet. We actually called it the dungeon. And it was this, it was like a 5 foot by 5 foot room, I would say. And it had thousands and thousands of pink slips, all of these receipts of people who were past customers. And I would see their phone numbers and I would just call hundreds of them per day and just ask them if they needed anything else, if I could come out and help them, if I could serve them in some sort of way. And I remember doubting myself the entire time. I don't know if this shit's going to work. I don't know if it's going to work. I don't know if I'm good enough. I don't know if I could do sales. But all I did was just call the numbers anyways. Eventually it worked out. And I started getting some results. And as I started getting some results, I started building more belief in myself. And the results are really the thing that start to build the belief. You can sit there and you could try to rewire your brain with, sitting there and meditating and hypnotizing yourself into believing into yourself and all that stuff. But the easiest way to start believing in yourself is to go and get results. And the easiest way to get results is to get your ass up and take action. And you don't have to believe in yourself to take action. So there's a thing that will make you believe in yourself more than thinking about it. And that's just going out and getting results. Now it's kind of like the chicken and the egg. Like, which one comes first? Do I get results first? Do I get belief first? Really what it comes down to is it doesn't really matter. What matters is action. If you get results better than you had achieved before in the past, you will believe in yourself more. If you get results that you didn't think that you were going to get, you'll start believing in yourself more. You will start believing in yourself a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. And as you believe in yourself, you start to get more and more confidence. And the way I think about confidence, because nobody is born with confidence, but the way I like to think about confidence is I think of like Jenga. Every time that you do something better than you thought you were going to do, or even when you fail, but you showed up for yourself and you did something hard, you build little tiny confidence blocks. And it's like you get one little Jenga block and then you do something else. You pushed yourself, you did 100 phone calls and you got one sale. You get one little Jenga block. You walk up to that person and ask them out. Even if they say yes or no, you still got out of your comfort zone. You get one little Jenga block and you do it over and over and over and over again. And eventually you have this confidence stack, this big stack of confidence because of you putting yourself out of your comfort zone, because of you following through, because of you doing what you said you're going to do, because you did something that was fully uncomfortable. And even though you screwed it up, you're proud of yourself for doing something that felt uncomfortable. And you start to get a little bit more confident, a little bit more confident, a little bit more confident. When you see a confident person, that's not somebody who was born confident. When you see a confident person, that is somebody who has put themselves out there over and over and over again. They've gotten really good results. They've screwed up. They've fallen on their face. They've done things that are out of their comfort zone. That's how they became confident. Not by sitting in a corner and meditating and humming to themselves and going, like all that stuff is great. You could definitely do that, but that's not how you become confident. You don't meditate your way to confidence, right? So like, let's say that you want to lose weight. You don't have to believe that you'll lose weight at all to walk into the gym. You don't have to believe that you will lose weight in order to do an intense workout where you sweat a lot. You don't have to believe in yourself at all in order to cut out junk food. You don't have to believe in yourself at all in order to consume more water. You don't have to believe in yourself at all in order to get more rest. You don't have to believe that you will lose weight to do any of those things. But if you do those things over and over and over and over again, guess what's going to happen? You're going to jump on the scale one day and you're going to see a lower weight than you did a couple weeks ago. And when you start to see that lower weight, do you think you might start to believe in yourself a little bit more? Yes. And then it becomes easier to do those actions. So sometimes it's like you have to, it's like pushing a car. There's no momentum on your side and you've got to push through the hard part and push through the hard part. And then once you get, a few minutes into pushing a car, it's got a lot of momentum on its side and it becomes so much easier. That's the belief that you are trying to brainwash yourself into getting. The belief comes from the results that you have. If you're a salesperson and you know you need to make X number of phone calls to get X number of people to pick up, to get X number of people to buy, you don't have to believe in yourself. It means that you can make 50 calls per day. And if you do 50 calls per day, you should make, $100,000 over the next year. You don't have to believe that you'll make $100,000 to pick up the phone and just start calling phone numbers. You don't have to believe that you'll make $100,000 in your sales to just read the script. You don't have to believe that you make $100,000 from your sales to overcome somebody's objections. You don't have to believe you'll make $100 in your sales in your job to do anything. But if your math is right and you take action, the right action, and you make 50 calls every single day and you talk to some people and you get some people to hang up on you and some people say yes and some people say no, some people don't answer, and you overcome objections and you do your follow-up, you will make $100,000 for the year. And you didn't have to have any belief in yourself in order to achieve that. All you had to do was take action. And when you take action and you take the right action, you get results. And every time you get results, you start to believe in yourself a little bit more. And you start to believe in yourself a little bit more. And you start to believe in yourself a little bit more. And when you look in the mirror and you see, oh my gosh, this person's showing up for themselves. This person's making the phone calls. This person's losing the weight. This person's doing what they said they're going to do. You're going to get more and more confident in yourself. When you look in the mirror and you visually see yourself losing weight, do you think you're going to believe in yourself a tiny bit more? Yeah. And week after week, when you see the numbers on the scale changing and you feel better and you have more energy and the scale shows a lower weight and you look better and you're starting to see your skin glowing, you're starting to get your tight butt back, all of that stuff, do you think you're going to believe in yourself more and more and more? Yes. And when you get your first sale and you've never been a salesperson before, do you think you believe in yourself a little bit more? Of course. Your second sale? Yeah. Your third sale? Definitely. The 40th sale? Do you think you're going to believe in yourself more in the 40th sale than you did on the first sale? Yes, absolutely. So what's the key takeaway here? You don't have to believe in yourself at all to take action. You've got to take action to give yourself a chance to believe in yourself more. And when the results come, you'll start to believe in yourself more and more and more. There's no magic pill. So often I get people ask me questions as if, is there a mindset trick that you can give me? No, fucking do the work. That's what you have to do. Is there can you give me a secret pill to believe in myself more? Give me a secret pill to stop being so sad. Can you give me a secret pill? No, you're the one that has to do it in your life. And you just have to realize sometimes no one's coming to save you. There's no secret tips and tricks and all of these types of things. It's very simple. You've got to decide what you want in life. First off, what do you want? And then what do you need to do to get there? Belief is not what you need in order to get there. Taking the right actions day after day, not worrying about the results, but worrying about the consistency of doing what needs to be done every single day. And if you just do what needs to be done every single day, eventually you will wake up and you will have what you want. One day you will wake up and you realize that you have way more confidence in yourself. It took years to get here, but you got so much confidence in yourself. Not because you sat around and you brainwashed yourself and read books on confidence or watched YouTube videos on confidence or you meditated and tried to rewire your brain to be more confident, because you took action and you got results. A confident person was not born confident. A confident person is built brick by brick by brick. And all of those bricks are just different results that they got in their life. So if you want to believe in yourself, if you want to give yourself a chance at believing in yourself, you've got to get to work. You've got to get your ass up. You've got to take some action. Now, here's the great part. Let me talk about this. Somebody who takes a lot of action and is in a positive self-talk and who reads and who meditates and who does all of those things, now we're talking about a superhuman. Now we're talking about someone who is literally pouring gas on the fire and they become successful. And so it's like, is it required to meditate? Is it required to read books? Is it required to do positive affirmations? Any of those things? Not required. No. Action is the thing that's required. But if you do all of those things and you take action, you're like a freaking superhuman, because you're building your mind, you're building your body, you're building your mind, you're building your body, you're building your mind, you're building your body, and you're getting results. And with each result, you're like, instead of being like, oh man, that's not the result that I want. Yeah, I got a sale, but it wasn't as big of a sale as I wanted. No, when you get a sale, it's like, holy crap, man, you did this. You're building it. I'm fucking proud of you. I think you're doing amazing. Like, you have to learn to be your best friend. You have to pick yourself up when you fall. You have to talk to yourself the same way that you talk to someone that you love. You have to be the person that is your biggest fan, your biggest supporter. And if you start showing up that way and you're taking the action, now you're talking about real success. Now you're talking about putting gas in the fire. Now you're talking about expediting the results that you want, the life that you want. And then one day you wake up and you're like, holy shit, I believe in myself. There wasn't a secret pill. There wasn't a book that you could read. There wasn't a meditation that you could do. It's about taking the right action and also making it a little bit easier on yourself by starting to talk a little bit better to yourself, starting to do the right actions, do the things that you need to. All of those things together, that is what makes a confident human. That is what makes somebody that believes in themselves. There is no secret pill. You just got to do what needs to be done. So that's what I got for you for today's episode. If you love this episode, please share it on your Instagram stories and tag me at Rob Dial Jr., ROBDIALJR. I love when I see every single day you guys are tagging me and stuff, and the show continues to grow over and over and over and over and over again because you guys keep sharing it. So I greatly, greatly appreciate you for that. And I'm going to leave you the same way I leave you every single episode. Make it your mission to make someone else's day better. I appreciate you, and I hope that you have an amazing day.